Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video. My name is Rebecca, and if you're new here, I post videos all about luxury, beauty, lifestyle. So if you're into that kind of content, then definitely hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any of my future videos. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you a bag organizer that I picked up off of Amazon for my Louis Vuitton Neverfull MM. I do have a review of this bag up on my channel. I'll go ahead and link it down below and throw it up in the cards. But I have owned this bag for over 4 years now, and I never got an organizer for it. So I wanted to try one out, and I did decide to go with Amazon because I figured that was more easily accessible than some of the others that are talked about here in the luxury community. So if you want to see and hear my thoughts on this organizer, then just keep on watching. Alright, so first let me go ahead and show you what the organizer looks like. I did pick this up off of Amazon, as I mentioned in the intro. And it does come with this removable center pouch that you can Velcro in, and it has a zipper, so it makes it a little bit more secure. Personally, I'm going to be completely honest, I'm not going to use this. I don't think, maybe that might change in the future, but I really don't think that I will be using that. And then this is what it looks like. There is a slip pocket here, nothing on either side. Then you have two little pockets here, and there are 5 slip pockets on the inside, as well as this little chain that you could hook something to, and it also comes off. So again, I'm not really going to be using that either, but it is nice in case you did want to hook something to it. So this is what it looks like. I know they do have other colors. The reason that I opted for beige over trying to match the interior of my bag is because I was thinking the whole purpose of getting this organizer was really to be able to fit my other bags in here. For example, my Louis Vuitton Felicie, which is a very light leather, and I even have, the Damier Azur key pouch. So I was thinking that mainly to protect the Felicie if I want to bring it with me so that I can just quickly take it out if I need to run some errands and not have to bring this whole bag. I was so worried that the pink lining of this Neverfull would rub off on it. Now, I have not personally experienced any issue with color transfer from the lining of this bag on my Damier Azur piece, but I am not willing to take any chances on my Felicie because that was quite an expensive bag and it was limited, or it is a limited piece. They're not going to make it forever. So I just really didn't want to risk it. So long story short, I went with the beige because I figured a neutral color was going to be best. I worried that if I got this in a color that could possibly rub off. So I figured beige was my safest bet. Now I will say that it is a thicker felt. I mean, if I'm going to be honest with you, my first impression of this is that, it's fine. It is a thicker felt. I'm sure with use it'll kind of form the way I need it to, but it was not very expensive. I want to say it was in the $20-ish range. Let me go ahead and pull it up. I will have this link down below so that you can easily access it, but let me tell you let me give you all the details about it. So this is the felt purse bag organizer with zipper bag tote. That's what this is. It's the zippered, piece. And I did pick it up in the size large, I believe. They have several different sizes. They have medium, slender medium, large, slender large, extra large, and they have a ton of different color options. This one specifically is $22.88 currently. So I went with the large based on what people were saying in the reviews, and it does have a 4.5 star rating out of 3,710 reviews. So I was pretty confident that this would probably suit my needs. And even if I don't use it all the time, it wasn't that expensive. So the Samorga and the Zumoni, those organizers are quite a bit more. They do come from overseas, so they do take longer as well. So that's another reason I decided to go with an Amazon option, because prime shipping gets it here in a day or two. And it was just cheaper because I don't intend to use this bag with the organizer all the time. So I figured, spending $50, $60 on an organizer didn't really make sense for me personally. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the Neverfull, and I will show you how it looks without anything in it. All right, so here is what the insert looks like inside of the bag. As you can see, it does fit. It's literally pretty much exactly the shape that I need it to be, and it does not make the bag bulge or anything. Nothing is sticking out on the sides. I can feel it pressing out a little bit on this, but this bag naturally does this where it like kind of shapes this way, so I'm not upset about it. And I just noticed it does fit perfectly below this zip pocket, so I can still easily access this pocket if I need to. So as you see, it just creates a little bit more organization. I am going to go ahead and put my items that I would typically carry in it so we can see how that looks. Now I do want to point out that like you can see it's not perfect. I mean, it's not, you know, there is like this little dip right here and it's not perfect, but I do think that for what I want to use it for, it will work fine. So let me go ahead and try to adjust the angle of the camera so you can see me putting everything in. All right, so I do want to really quickly show you what this looks like on the inside. It does have the Velcro right here and it attaches to the organizer. And now, if you are to use this, you can see it does pull this in a little bit more, and it does, so this now gives it more of a boxy structure. So I don't love that, and like I said, I don't think I'll really be using this insert, but it is an option in case you want a little bit more security, like here in the middle. You know, you can put things in there and you'll be good to go. But I'm gonna go ahead and take this out for the sake of the video because that's not how I intend to use it. So I did want to also test to see if my iPad Pro, this is like an 11-inch I believe, would fit in this little slip pocket, since that was one of the reasons I went for this organizer. Alright, so it does snugly fit barely. If you have the 12-inch, it will definitely not fit in this little pocket, and as you can see, you know, if I'm tilting the bag, of course the felt organizer is not going to stay up. So let me go ahead and just move this now so it will tilt that way. So this iPad Pro is like the max size, which I believe it is, like I said, an 11-inch. So if you have the 12-inch model, unfortunately it's not going to fit. This barely fit. So just keep that in mind. So now I have my toiletry 15. I can just set that in there. My key pouch, which I could fit right down in there if I wanted to keep it a little more organized. Then we have my PM agenda, which, let's see, I'm just curious here. No. So it could maybe slide in one of these pockets, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and lay it down like that. Then we have my Victorine Wallet, which I wonder if that could slide. It can, but I don't really think I want to leave it like that. I'm going to set that there. I have my 6 key holder, which I bet you that can go ahead and slide down right there. And I do have one more of these, which I bet I could slide right there. And then I also have a pair of sunglasses. These are from Key. I don't know how you say it, but I bet they'll slide nicely right there. So yes, they will slide right here and it will be protected. Or I could even just lay them in there like that. Or I could sit them in that pocket. I don't really love it in that pocket, but for the sake of the video, we'll go ahead and just stick that there. So as you can see, I do have a ton of room on this side. So I could go ahead and put like my water bottle in here, a water bottle, any water bottle. Let me also grab my pencil pouch. So this is my Vera Bradley pencil pouch. That can sit nicely right there. And again, I mean, there's still more room, as you can see. I'm just kind of leaning it. But now that is everything that's in the bag, and it does not really change the shape of the bag at all. It still has its flowiness, and I can still put it on my shoulder. And yeah, so that is everything. I really actually like how this is so much more organized, and I feel like all my items are a little bit more protected since they are in this organizer. Now I'm also going to show you what I would do if I was going to carry my Felici with me, because again, as I mentioned earlier, that is one of the main reasons that I did pick up this organizer, was to be able to bring my Felici with me. So like, let's say I'm traveling, right? I could go ahead and stick my Felici in here too, and then when I'm out wherever I'm going, I can just take the Felici with me and I won't need to bring this whole bag. So let's give me 1 second and I'm going to show you how that will fit. Alright, so here's my Felici. As I mentioned, it is a very light leather, so that's why I wanted to make sure to protect the color of it. So this is all my main items, and let's see. We can maneuver things around here. Let's take that out. Let's take everything out except for the stuff that's in the pocket, so we can start with the Felici. So we would stick that in there. Now, of course, if I was carrying my Felici, I probably wouldn't have my wallet separately, but let's just see how everything fits. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that on the side, standing up. Then we will take the Toiletry 15, my Agenda PM, and that all fits very nicely, and there's no like force being put onto the Felici. That is something I wouldn't want. I want to make sure there's enough wiggle room. I could even go ahead and like stand up my toiletry, and then it really has a lot more space. Nothing is leaning against it, but even like this, it's fine. There's no additional pressure on the Felici. And like I mentioned, if I was carrying this, I wouldn't have this. I would probably just have all the cards that I would need in a card holder or something, and it would be in there. So, but it does fit, you know, like I said, now, like if I was traveling, I'd be good to go. I could even still fit something right here. Like I could fit my pencil pouch, and of course I could fit like a sweater or something on top. There's still a ton of room. If you think about it, all I'm utilizing is up to here. I mean, the iPad sticks up a little bit, but I'm only utilizing up to here. So I could definitely fit a sweater. I could fit, you know, I could fit some things on top. Normally I don't do that. I do often put a sweater in here, but I wouldn't put a sweater and then put anything heavy on top of it. I don't like things to be sitting on top of my items. I try to keep them nice. So overall, I'm actually really impressed with this organizer. I'm gonna go ahead and take out the Felici and just pack this how I want to use it. So yeah, I mean, this is awesome. I'm really actually happy about it, and I think I might actually use it more than I was really thinking. Now, another thing I want to test is I want to see if I could maybe fit my laptop behind over here. So let's test that. All right, so I have my 13-inch MacBook Pro. Now I want to test it with the iPad and without and see how we do. So let's try it on this side. So it will fit on that side, but as you see, it's kind of pushing that stuff in, and it's kind of creating some strain on the corner. I can feel it in the back. It's creating like an edge. So I don't like that. So let's try it on the other side. I'm sure it's going to do. Yeah, it won't even go all the way down. So let me just show you what I'm talking about here. Right here, I can feel the laptop pushing out, so I would not want to do that at all. So now let's take out the iPad and let's see some other options here. So I took that out. Let's see if that makes a difference. So I can fit it down in there. It is putting some pressure on the sides here, but it is squishing in the organizer, as you can see. So it kind of is defeating the purpose here. And then let's see about standing it up and down. Okay, so I could essentially stick it in this slip pocket and have it standing up, but of course it is sticking over the edge of the bag, and I don't love that. I don't like for people to be able to see, you know, that my laptop is in there. So if I'm using the organizer, I would have to leave this behind, but that's okay, because let's say I was traveling, like I mentioned, possibly using this organizer for travel, I would only need my iPad. I don't usually bring my laptop to travel. So the iPad fits perfectly, and like I said, I'm pretty happy with it. Now, let's test something else really quick. Let's test the laptop in the actual middle part of the organizer. Now, I could do that. That does work. that is actually how I would probably do it if I was using this organizer and needed to bring my laptop, and I can still fit that down in there, no problem. And it's not creating any strain on the sides of the bag. It's fitting in there perfectly. So that's actually a great option. And I could even move this stuff around and stand it like that. So as you see, the laptop can fit as well, even inside the organizer, but you cannot put it on either sides nor in this slip pocket. So just keep that in mind. So this organizer is actually really, really nice. I'm actually more impressed with it than I thought I would be, to be honest with you. So anyway, let's go ahead and switch angles and we will kind of wrap up this video. All right, guys, so I hope that this video was helpful to you. I'm actually really impressed with that organizer and how much I actually like it. I didn't think I would want to use it all the time, but I think I might leave it and actually use it this way. And the other thing I like too is that if I, like I said in the fitting everything in there, I could fit a sweater on top, and you know, I can still have room. I still had room to play with. I wasn't overstuffing it. So, you know, honestly, I'm actually just really happy with it. And I'm actually glad that I'm going to be able to protect the lining of my bag. You know, I luckily don't have any stains on the lining of the bag, but you never know, so it's nice to be able to have that option of protection. And now I feel like I could comfortably bring my Felicie along with me if I chose to do so, you know, for travel or whatever. Not that we're really traveling right now, but down the road. So as of right this moment, I feel like I can actually recommend that to you. I'm really excited about it. And like I mentioned before, they do have multiple colors, so I will leave it linked down below, the exact one I got, and you can check out the other colors they have too. So far, I think this is a great option, and you know, you could even organize even further with this insert, but personally, I don't really think I'm going to be using this at all. It doesn't really serve a purpose to me. The whole point of a tote is for it to be open, you know. I don't want to have to be unzipping things inside my bag. However, if you were traveling and you were worried about your wallet or something, you could stick this in there and zip it in here, but the bag also does have a zippered pocket inside that you could use for that purpose as well. So it's up to you if you want to use that, if you decide to get this organizer. But anyway, I hope that this video was helpful. If it was, please give it a thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed it. And if you like these kinds of videos, then definitely hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos. And that is it. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.